What's up, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today, working back on the Prelude. Got some parts in and refinished and fixed some parts, so let me catch you guys up. Just now, FedEx dropped off the 4th gen master to slave cylinder hose, which again will bypass the pressure regulator, so just straight from master to slave. I've got the slave cylinder here, brand new, and we got the flywheel refinished. So I actually had this installed on the car and then decided that I should go ahead and just refinish it, given some tips from some buddies. Took it to a machine shop, they refinished it, cost me about 55 bucks and looks much, much better. Yesterday, went ahead and repainted this bracket because it was really rusty, looked like crap, and just cleaned up this master cylinder reservoir. I was going to go and use a new hose that runs from this reservoir to the master cylinder, but I think I'm actually just gonna reuse this old one. It doesn't actually look to be in that bad of condition. I don't really see any cracks on the hose itself. Went and picked up some brake parts cleaner and some, what is this, .3 brake fluid, which is kind of open, that's sketchy. Getting ready to put everything back in, so I've got all the bolts for the flywheel and the clutch lined up. And the tranny is just kind of chilling right now in the sun. Spent a lot of time cleaning it up and just trying to let it dry and have all the water get out of it. Almost forgot, got ourselves 2 quarts of Honda genuine manual transmission fluid. I know you can just use regular motor oil, but I figured it's cheap enough. It's basically as cheap as motor oil. Might as well use the real stuff. We're getting along pretty well. So now I can go ahead and put the flywheel on. I'll show you guys how to do that. We can probably set up the hose, the 4th gen hose, to the master and get the reservoir all set up. And then we can kind of just mock up the line and put it over here where the slave cylinder is going to be. Then we can, flywheel, clutch, pressure plate. So let's jump into it. Not sure if you guys noticed that on camera, but once I actually put the reservoir in and mounted it up on the firewall, the hose that I took off the old one, I wasn't planning on reusing it. I was gonna use some new hose, but apparently you need like a special hose. I have extra fuel line, but apparently brake fluid or clutch fluid is going to eat through that line. So I had hoped this would work, but unfortunately, I'm not really sure why, but I am using the correct mounting holes because it's the only spot it will fit. And it just isn't long enough to reach the master cylinder nozzle right there. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and try and source a probably 2-inch longer piece of hose, and then that should work. So I'm just gonna actually take this old one off for now, put this back onto the car, and we'll just leave it unattached for the time being. So besides the soft hose running from the master to its reservoir, we've got the soft hard line here ran all the way to the slave cylinder. So it's not mounted on the transmission obviously, but I've got it all hooked up, so it should be all set. I'm not sure if you're supposed to use Loctite on these, but I know they do or are under a lot of pressure and you do not want them coming loose, so figure I'd use some blue Loctite just in case. Now let's jump down underneath the car and put the flywheel back on. So I just got the flywheel on. You guys saw me put the bolts on. I made sure I did it in basically a crisscross pattern. So you're basically making a star as you put in the bolts. So you put the flywheel on nice and even and you just basically finger tighten. Then I take the socket and hand tighten it in that same pattern. And then lastly, I go over it with a torque wrench and I torqued each one down to 76 foot-pounds. Also, I used some red Loctite on those just to make sure that they're not gonna come off. Now, I believe we can actually go ahead and hang the clutch and the pressure plate. Guys, I'm pretty psyched. This is definitely like the most intense car type of work I've ever done. mechanically speaking. So just hung my first clutch and flywheel and pressure plate. I think I actually did it right. It wasn't all that complicated, but I think I did it right. Look at that beauty. Oh yes, brand new well, basically brand new flywheel. Brand new clutch and brand new pressure plate, all from Vallejo. The flywheel's OEM, clutch and pressure plate are Vallejo. And actually, while I'm down here, just a quick side note, this water pipe right here, it used to extend out another like 4 inches, but I used a grinder and cut this down and then just kind of cleaned up the edges so it wasn't so sharp. But I cut that back 4 inches because the automatic transmission water pipe is longer than the manual transmission water pipe. So if you plan to keep the automatic tranny water pipe right here, you just got to cut it back by about 4 inches. Just went over the transmission one more time just to kind of try and clean it up as best as I can. This time I used some brake cleaner to try and clean it off. I did get the inside of it, but right now it's drying and I'm letting all the water drain out, so I'm not going to show you because it's heavy and it's a pain to move. So yeah, it's cleaned up now and literally ready to go back into the car? Question mark? I think all that is left is to get that new hose. I need to put clutch fluid in the whole hydraulic system and bleed it. I need to put the transmission back on. After that, I need to run the reverse signal wires that are on the tranny to the same wires that are in the cockpit of the car, and then that will allow me to have working reverse lights. And after that, put transmission fluid in, put coolant in, get the suspension put all back together, and guys, I think that is it. On the write-ups, there's this thing that you're supposed to do on the steering column with the locking mechanism, but I've only seen it in that write-up. I haven't seen it talked about or done anywhere else, so I may just not do that for now. It's easy enough to take the steering column back off if need be, so I think I'm gonna bypass that or skip that for now, see if the car will turn on without it, and we should be in good shape, guys. This has been a lot, but I think we're almost there. Next up, just put the tranny back in and get all the things put back together, and then we're done. Oh my gosh, we're almost done, guys. So I'll probably catch up with you guys on the next day or so when I have maybe that hose and I'm ready to get the tranny in, probably with the help of some friends. So let's see. I'll see you guys soon. New day, and some stuff got done, actually. I'll start over with the master cylinder. As I was talking about yesterday, the line that went from the master's reservoir to the cylinder itself was too short. And apparently you can't use, regular fuel line. You need a EPDM hose works is what I used. It's just made of a material called EPDM. There's another material called Tygon hose which you can use, but basically the brake fluid or clutch fluid will eat away at regular fuel hose is what I've read online. So staying away from that, got the right stuff. I did end up finding it at Tractor Supply. So if you guys have a Tractor Supply around you, they're heavily stocked on EPDM hose. Billy came through too, and we were actually able to get the transmission up and mounted. We're probably about like halfway through putting bolts into it. Got a few more to go. We're almost there, guys. All that's left is to put the mount on, which I'll definitely get on camera because that thing turned out sick. And then the rear mount I'm working on right now. And then we just have to tighten all the bolts on, do all the other stuff that we'll catch you guys up on later. Before I forget, actually, I did take this off of the transmission. It is the, I guess, signal switch for the reverse lights. So I'm assuming that how this works is while it's in the transmission, when you put the transmission into reverse, the gear itself pushes up against this or something, and that basically turns on the switch. And I have to run these wires into the cockpit of the car through the firewall and then onto the old automatic relay switch. It'll make sense later. I'll show you guys. So with most of the transmission mounted up, at least to the motor, I'm gonna go ahead, actually never even touched the front motor mount. That is still torqued down. The rear one I just finger tightened, so at least the bolts are in. I'm gonna go ahead and put the transmission mount on to this side. And I showed you guys this in another video, but really cool. Gentleman by the name of One Fun Ride makes these, and it's basically a mount that uses the automatic transmission holes, but it's extended so that way it fits the manual transmission. And I went ahead and just took the manual transmission side, cleaned it up with a wire brush, prime, paint, looks a lot better, kind of matches this. But basically, you have these holes next to the transmission. The ones that are unplugged right now, like this one and this one and that one and that one, are the automatic transmission mount holes. And if you didn't have that mount that I just showed you, what you'd have to do is take the manual transmission mount from your donor car or whatever, and you'd have to drill new holes that are in a different spot to actually fit the tranny. So this mount's cool because we can just reuse the old automatic holes and it will work for the manual.